All right, guys, I've already told you not to use credit repair companies, or at least not unless they can project and guarantee a credit score. Or matter of fact, stay with a credit repair company. Find a FICO specialist, okay, which we are. We are FICO specialists. And again, I think you should have, if you watched the first video, if you haven't watched the first video, so you can get kind of an idea of how FICO looks at your credit as far as payment history. But I want to now tell you, do not use debt settlement companies, debt consolidation companies, debt counseling, or even consider a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Now, there is reasons for every one of these things. And sometimes it's not a bad way to go, but most of the time it is. And here's my problem with it. They treat all debt the same, as if it's a hammer and everything's a nail approach. And that is simply not the right move. I know you've heard this, or probably if you have, then you're going to think you heard it wrong. Paying off some of your old bad debt, in most cases, will drop the credit score. All right? Let me say that again. Paying off old bad debt, in most cases, will drop the credit score. Remember the tube that I showed you? What it'll do is it tends to bring up the date of last activity. So maybe it was back here from 4 years ago. You pay it off. It brings the DLA back to the front. FICO, who's not owned by the credit bureaus, it's broken, by the way, sees it as if it just happened, drops the credit score. This is the reason why we have to be extremely careful before you start paying off. But yet, here's these companies. That's exactly what they're doing. They're just consolidated. You're giving them the money, and they're paying this stuff off when they probably shouldn't. All right? There are some things that need credit repair, and then maybe occasionally there are certain accounts that need to be settled. But which one? Well, Dennis, why would we settle it if it drops our credit score? Because there's exceptions to what I just told you. I'm not contradicting myself. There is exceptions to that rule. There are specific accounts that you could consider settling, and it'll actually make a big difference on your credit score. And sometimes it's not specific. Sometimes it's a combination. Sometimes it depends on what you have and don't have. But we are able, that's why, again, I always say I wish I could climb on the roof to tell you to do the free consultation. Because everything I'm trying to tell you right now, that I am telling you, you can't Google this stuff. But it doesn't make it not real, because once you go through the consultation, once you see the simulations, it'll make all the sense to you in the world on your credit, on your situation. Well, my buddy did this and it worked on him, so now he's telling everybody to do the same thing. No. That might have worked very specifically to his, whatever variables lined up for him. No, we need to get very specific. If we're talking about bringing your FICO credit score to the highest level, the quickest way possible, then we need to be very surgical and very specific. Settling a certain debt or paying off a certain debt can absolutely hurt you. But then there's exceptions. There's some accounts, depending on what you currently have, or depending on how they're reporting, that you can settle, and it will absolutely raise the credit score. Then just to throw another variable on here, there's some accounts that over the 3 bureaus, it'll raise it on 2 of them and drop it tremendously on the other. So we want to cater these plans based on your goals, where you're at, where you're going. Are you buying a house? Are you refinancing? What's our deadlines? And factor all these things in to put the perfect plan for you. We have the technology that is so accurate. It's not even funny. I've got simulators that we can simulate some different actions, and it's within 1 or 2 points. It's so deadly accurate. We've done it thousands of times. Guys, I know a lot of y'all know this at this point. We are the specialists that we have tons of mortgage companies and lenders mostly in Texas, because that's where we're stationed, that use us and trust us with their clients. They use us even in quick situations when we need something to move within a few days, or is it a total restoration? And we help their clients get there. Heck, we're closing on over 30 of our customers a month are closing on homes or refinancing. And that is not an exaggeration. I'm sure if you look at our Facebook, you'll see a lot of, not everybody posts, unfortunately. I wish they would. If you're hearing this, post your pictures. Anyways, but a lot of people don't want to, but so many people are posting. And these are folks, guys, that many of them no money down, okay? But they're posting, and these are folks that never dreamt they would be able to own a home, never dreamt they would be able to have a prime credit score. And but so Don't use debt settlement companies. Besides, a lot of them nowadays, what they'll do is they'll have you let everything charge off. If you get a lot of debt, they're going to let you have everything charge off. And man, this is a 5-year process. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. We got a situation that brings that timeline way down to where you can recover and get this storm behind you and back on the road. We'll show you. It's free. Not a sales presentation, but a detailed consultation. We'll show you. We'll tell you how to do it. That way you can do it yourself. We only get paid if you say, Dennis, we don't have time to do this. Will your team do it for me? And then we're very reasonable after that. And we guarantee a projected score. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. We guarantee a projected score. We'll say, we'll have you at least this by this time. And then, when it's, and sometimes do we miss the deadline? Not often, but when we do, something probably happened. Maybe customer might have messed up or a new derogatory hit. Maybe it was on his way. It's fine. We take care of it. We go forward. Maybe there was another storm. That's fine. We'll help coach you and go forward. But that's what we do, and we're extremely accurate, and we do back that up, and we guarantee it. I think I've had. We just haven't missed very many, put it that way. And we've been doing this for a long time, for 12 years. On the next video, I'm going to touch on another big industry that tends to be wooing people in, and that's my passion here. Is I'm trying to intercept you from getting wooed in by these different credit repair companies that we talked about earlier. This pay for delete, only if you get a deletion. That's silly, because next thing you know, you're you're in the rears, and you're paying them for 2 years for deletion. They didn't get the right ones, your score still stinks, right? So, so I'm trying to intercept and hopefully stop you guys from and helping y'all discern between the right way to go. And I'm trying to hoping to stop you from hiring these debt settlement companies and whatnot by first having you do the consultation. Maybe I'm even going to talk to some people that are considering bankruptcy. I've got some alternatives. And if not, if it is the right thing, then I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say, hey, you know what? Bankruptcy is the right thing for you. I had a customer last week. I said, you know what? In your case, I think a bankruptcy's the way to go. But here's good news: I'll have you recovered after that bankruptcy within just a few months. But in most cases, I need to talk to you. We need to look at this. We need to have a sit down. I live here. Our kids play ball together. I see you at the malls. So it's going to be very, I'm going to give you sound advice to help you discern. Okay. But on the next video, we're going to talk about the new big fad that tends to be wooing people, and that are these companies, including Experian themselves, that are adding trade lines to your credit. All right? Have your rent added. Have your utilities added. Or add this big authorized user. In other words, the principle here is, or what they're trying to pitch is, the more positive accounts I add, then the better my credit score is going to be. And that could not be further from the truth. Now, again, there are specifics. We're adding trade lines to our clients all the time. Very specific to where that customer's at. Because here's the thing. The FICO, the one that the lender uses, I'm going to talk more about this on the next video. I'll show you on the next video. I was about to start telling you now. Anyways, set up the consultation. It's free. We're even going to eat the bureaus and the simulation charges that are up to $68. It is not a sales presentation. I can't tell you, before you do it yourself, before you hire somebody, before you Google or YouTube, you need to do the consultation. First of all, you don't even know what your real scores are, the one that the lender uses. You need to know. Anyways, look forward to visit with you. Talk to you soon.